Streets are dry after that downpour last night. That was heavy, heavy rain flashing across the bay out to Marin.
I don't know. I can't talk about sex with Claire or Cindy. Jill, she has sex with anyone that moves. Okay, in your experience, is the third date too soon? I don't know either.
The traffic lights have been turned the wrong direction. So you think you have a green light. In fact, it's red for you.
Death draws a crowd.
They're young. Death is fascinating.
Started out a beautiful morning, but not for him. Colin Morse, 20, still soaked from the rain. 2 shots to the chest between midnight and 2.
He jogs at midnight?
Fieldhouse custodian found him, ID'd him, said he always ran at midnight. And one of the entry wounds has powder burns. Someone put a gun right against this kid's chest and fired.
That's angry.
I'm so over being nostalgic about college. Claire says Pete bought you flowers and dinner at Aqua.
That's scary. He's too wonderful. What's going on?
The dead guy was accused of rape a couple of months ago.
I don't remember the case.
There was no case. They arrested him and a friend. DA never filed.
So the boys just walked.
Guess everyone disagreed about what happened, like whether or not the girl was telling the truth.
Looks like people still disagree. Colin Morse, he's the dead kid. And the girl is? Hammond Kate. Which dorm? All right, thanks.
Now, if you were raped and they didn't charge the guy, how would you feel?
Not angry enough to kill him.
Are you sure?
Please, don't make me talk about that night.
We want to hear your side of what happened.
They raped me, that's my side. It's the most horrible thing ever. It happens to other people, not you. I remember them taking me down the stairs. I remember I didn't want to go, but I was drunk. I couldn't stop them.
We understand the district attorney didn't file charges.
They said I'd have been a bad witness because I was drunk.
Where were you last night, Kate?
Oh, wow. No. You guys think I killed Colin?
We have to ask. What happened to you is horrifying, but...
That night with Colin and Jay, it's not just about what happened or how it happened. It's what you feel every day. And you wonder if you're ever going to stop thinking about it.
You're a strong girl. You'll get through this.
I'm not glad he's dead, but I wanted him alive. I wanted to see Colin pay. Something. Anything. Now I'm not going to get that chance. My parents convinced me to sue them, you know. Make them pay.
We hate to ask. We really do, but where were you last night?
I had a dorm party with like 100 people. I'll write down the ones I remember. My friends don't treat me the same way as they used to. Even my parents don't. They don't see me anymore. They just see what happened.
She said she wanted him alive. Did she?
I don't know.
Since when did you walk away from a suspect without an opinion?
I don't have opinions. I have theories.
All right, I'm listening.
One thing I know, whoever shot Colin Morse, it's connected to this rape. I want to talk to this guy she accused, Jay Osborne.
It wasn't rape. Let's be honest. I'm a good-looking guy. I don't have to rape anyone.
I think Kate Hammond would disagree.
Okay, look. Morning after, she's hungover, feeling a little guilty about some of the choices that she made. That gets around, she cries rape. And now look what's happened.
What do you think's happened, Jay?
Colin is my best friend. I mean, was. No one had a reason to kill him. Except...
Kate Hammond.
Rape victim kills rapist, that's the story.
Not yet it isn't. We don't know if she killed him.
Do we think she was raped?
Personally, yeah. She's 18. There's no upside for her unless she's crazy, which she isn't. I read an interview in the campus paper. She doesn't sound like some pathetic creature who needs attention.
Don't bring out the feminist guns.
I'm not a feminist. Maybe I am, but it's not important. Look, the cops interviewed Kate Hammond today. It's all over the net. They're going to be protests about why these boys weren't prosecuted.
There's the story. The DAs didn't do their job.
Really?
You brought it up. I want this on the website today.
Really hope this girl didn't do it. It'll make the DA's office look awful. Then you better cover your ears. All right, the first one, to the liver. The bullet travels straight. Now, if I walk up to you with a gun, what do?
Take out mine.
In this case, you don't have one. You either run or involuntarily back away. He didn't do either. Colin definitely knew his attacker.
So whoever did it shot once, watched him fall, then bent down, put the gun against his chest.
Linz, tell me there's another suspect besides the girl.
Not yet.
You just said whoever shot him. Usually we assume he shot him because it's mostly men. Sometimes we say she if we think it's a woman. You said whoever.
What's wrong with that?
I'm asking you a question, and you know it. Did the girl kill him?
Let's hope not.
If you're thinking there's even a chance that girl did it, don't say it outside this building.
I wouldn't do that anyway.
Jacoby will find out her alibi's good, the search warrant turned up nothing, and we can all move on. How's Pete? Sleep with him yet?
Don't be shy or anything.
Get it over with, you'll feel better.
Jill, have you seen this? Your pal Cindy on the Register's website says if Kate Hammond killed the boy, it's because we didn't do our job.
Probably doesn't say that exactly.
Really? Read the article.
Failure of the justice system, should they have prosecuted?
Cut her off.
This piece is irresponsible. Like some grade B law professor knows how to do my job.
Actually, he teaches at Stanford. Hi. Called you for a comment. You didn't return my call.
Paragraph in, you're saying by not prosecuting Colin Morse, our office got him killed.
If it was Kate Hammond who pulled the trigger.
If she did, it has nothing to do with us. There was no case to prosecute. The rape kit showed no bruising. Kate Hammond, she made out with 5 guys in one night. She drank whiskey out of a shot glass balanced on a boy's crotch. All we had was a rape counselor who believed she was traumatized.
And Kate, you had her testimony.
I don't have to defend this office to you.
The system failed Kate Hammond.
Cindy, even if that was true, and we don't know that it is, it doesn't justify killing the guy.
And did we put her in that position? Sounds terrible, but what was she thinking? Going down to the basement with 2 boys.
Wait a minute.
With her blouse half off.
What are you saying? She was asking for it? That's outrageous.
Okay, enough. Round 1, over. Let's go.
She's way overreacting.
That was fairly strange.
Kate Hammond is a suspect, right?
No comment.
Night, Linz. You okay?
I'm fine.
Hey, you remember the Kendall case?
The security guard who shot the drug dealer for harassing his wife? Yeah, you told me about it on our second date.
One thing I never told you about. We went to arrest Kendall at his house. His kids were playing in the front hall. His wife, toys all over the place. And I looked at him and I knew that this was a decent guy who made one mistake. When he was protecting his wife against garbage. But it was a homicide. Anyway, I went back to my car and I cried, Linz. I sat there alone behind the wheel, and I cried. Did what I had to do, but I didn't like doing it. You've been down here for half an hour. It's about the girl.
Yeah, it's about the girl. They raped her. And odds are she killed him. And if she did, I don't want to be the one that puts her away.
If she killed him, do what you do. Good night.
Hey, Boxer, how was your evening last night?
Good morning. What's that about?
The guys are running a pool on whether you slept with your boyfriend yet.
It's incredibly offensive. Did you pick yes or no?
I only bet on sure things.
Where are we on the girl's alibi?
Well, Kate Hammond went to a dorm party, easily 100 people. We found 41. All of them saw Kate, and our interviews put her there until after 2 a.m.
41 drunk kids is something short of an ironclad alibi.
Well, out of the 41, only 8 really matter. These were taken from 8 kids' cell phones. Each is a photo of Kate. They were all taken before midnight until just after 2. Not more than 19 minutes between any of them.
How far was the party from the track?
Under half a mile.
That's plenty of time to leave the party, kill him, and get back.
There's one minor problem. It was pouring rain. She's not wet in any of those pictures, and her hair's the same. So she has to walk or drive half a mile. If she drives, there can't be any traffic. She has to shoot him, get back, not get her clothes wet or change into identical clothes, and keep her hair dry, and do it all in 19 minutes. It's impossible.
Thought you believed she did it.
I did.
So did I. And all I've been thinking is, if it turns out she killed him, I understand. Somebody laid a hand on my daughter, I'd sure want to go out and shoot him.
Which raises a very interesting question. Kate Hammond's father was on the news this morning. The parents came to town after the rape accusation. And they're here again.
Do you own a gun, Mr. Hammond?
Your neighbors in Phoenix aren't sure when you left town.
I could have killed the little scum. But no. I don't own a gun. I never have.
You know, the death of this young man brought this back for all of us.
We understand.
After the rape, Kate couldn't focus on her classes. She lost her boyfriend from gas stations along the way. In case you need to check.
We're talking to anyone who might have insight into this murder. Katie's boyfriend, Charlie Gifford. He was interviewed at the time of the rape.
Charlie was the strength in Katie's life.
And Charlie couldn't kill anyone, if that's what you mean. You're trying hard with this sensitivity, but you know what? You're full of it.
We're just doing our job, Mr. Hammond.
If you were doing your job, those 2 boys would be in jail.
I loved Kate. She was it for me.
Charlie, you told the original investigators that you were with Kate the night of the rape, but that you left early?
Stupid fight over nothing. About getting a place off campus. Kate was worried I'd get sick of her if we lived together. If I'd stayed that night, the rape would have never happened.
You broke up after that?
It was toxic. She was angry, and I didn't know what to do. I mean, we couldn't even look at each other.
Where were you 2 nights ago?
I was in my room studying. Why? You guys realize what you're doing? Accusing Kate and me? You guys are ruining our lives all over again.
We covered every shooting range in 100 miles. Nobody recognizes Kate or Charlie from their photos. If they got gun savvy, we have no idea how. And Charlie was in his dorm. He swiped his entry card at 9:35. Half a dozen people saw him over the next couple of hours.
You saw the rape file. Charlie feels guilty about leaving Kate at that frat house. If he wanted to kill Colin Morse, he could have done it. He could have found a way to leave his dorm without being seen.
I don't think so. Is Charlie emotionally capable of shooting Colin and bending down, firing into his chest? No.
I'm with you. I don't think the kid has it in him.
Where does that leave us?
Without a suspect.
Linz, you got company.
Hi.
I didn't want to wait till tomorrow to see you. I hope you don't mind.
I'm terribly annoyed you didn't speak with my social secretary.
You want to split a muffin?
Yeah.
We only have another week. I want as much Lindsay time as I can get.
Well, don't go to Phnom Penh and then you can have as much as you like.
I have 10 square miles waiting for the most incredible hotel complex in the world.
San Francisco could use more hotels.
That has occurred to me.
Are you gonna keep bothering my family?
I'm sorry that you think we're bothering you. This is a homicide investigation, Kate. I'm not trying to hurt your family or you.
You pretend like it bothers you to question me and my parents when you're just looking to solve your case. Don't you have any shame?
Let's go, Kate. If it's any consolation, that wasn't about you.
I'm not so sure. You spend your whole life trying to do the right thing. And sometimes you have to wonder, is doing the right thing to do? What?
Lindsay, I get up every day and have to believe I do what I do better than anyone in the world. It's completely crazy, and I can't help it. But you demand perfection of yourself like no one I have ever seen.
I don't want to be a perfect person.
I know you don't want to be a perfect person. You want to be a perfect cop. And even if you were, Linz, you'd still feel bad right now.
You wanted a suspect? Amateur video hour. You'll love this.
Who's the amateur?
There's two of them. Our victim, Colin Morris, and his pal, Jay Osborne, is the other kid that Kate Hammond is accusing. A couple of our inspectors down in evidence went through the DVDs that we found when we searched Colin's room.
Don't tell me they taped themselves raping her.
Not that good, but almost.
Then Jay said, I have another bottle in the basement.
Now that's Colin Morris trying to get his story straight.
No. I was already in the basement, watching the post game. She invited you to come downstairs.
That's Jay Osborne.
Concentrate.
What are they practicing testimony for the civil suit? They're practicing how to lie.
Took her down there.
Okay, listen. You've got to get this right. If we lose this case, we are finished. Me, you, our parents, they're going to clean us out.
Now, Jay wanted Colin to perform better, so he made the disc so Colin could study his mistakes.
Obviously, they lied about the rape, but that doesn't prove anything.
It proves they raped her and were afraid of making mistakes in court.
To you and me, it's not enough for a jury.
They don't say tell a lie. They don't say, no, tell a lie better. They just rehearse.
But you heard what Jay Osborne said. He was afraid his life would be ruined. He was afraid that Colin would blow it on the witness stand. That's a motive for murder. Jill, okay, this isn't evidence of murder, but it's evidence they raped her. Is it enough to pick up Jay and scare him? Jill.
No, it's not enough.
The hell was that?
I owe your neighbors an apology. Martha barked for half an hour when I got here.
Why'd you run out on us?
You know why I snapped at Cindy? It's not her I'm angry at, it's me.
What are you talking about?
2 months ago. The DA's weekly conference, we decide which cases go to the grand jury. Kate Hammond's case came up. Consensus was there was no point going to trial. I said, nothing.
The case was unwinnable based on what you knew at the time.
I forgot she was this little girl who got drunk and didn't know what she was getting into.
You were doing your job.
She wanted to testify. How many women want to face their attackers? I should have stood up for Kate Hammond's right to a day in court. We owed her that.
mistake. I'm gonna do everything I can to fix it.
Counselor, what are you doing here at 6 in the morning?
I need a warrant signed, Judge, and you're always in early.
Jay Osborne, the Hammond rape. Search warrant. Huh. Do you really have probable cause for murder?
This one time, if you could do me a favor, I admit it's a stretch. We might get slammed on appeal.
Let him try. I hate rapists.
Do those latex gloves dry out your skin? You can always tell how old a person is by the way that their hands look.
Jay, question. Colin never came home from running the other night, and his room's right next door. Didn't you notice that?
I was asleep. You guys must be really desperate for suspects if you think that I shot him.
Mm-hmm.
Hey. These are my meds for asthma.
Breathe deep.
Hey, you gotta leave me my meds.
There's a drugstore around the corner.
Jay's ticket stubs. First class airfare, ski lift tickets, Aspen and Vail.
Alibi for time of death.
He was asleep. That's why he didn't realize Colin was missing.
Interesting. His meds are the only thing he got excited about. What kind of asthma meds need an eyedropper? Odorless and clear.
What you found was definitely gamma hydroxybutyrate, GHB, date rape drug of choice. Gas chromatography on the left. The liquid you found in Jay Osborne's room on the right. Pharmaceutical quality GHB.
Look close, but not exact.
Why would there be a difference?
Jay's was homemade. Could have whipped it up in a chem lab.
The dead kid, Colin Morse, was a chemical engineering major.
They doped her. They drugged her so she wouldn't resist. No wonder there wasn't any bruising. Not for publication.
Linz, there was no GHB in the blood sample from Kate Hammond's rape kit.
Those boys made it. They used it.
I'll test it again.
Where'd it go?
Now, look at these. This slug came from Colin Morris, and this identical slug was found in the wall after a liquor store shoot-up 3 weeks ago.
So 2 different crimes, same gun. Who was the shooter in the liquor store holdup?
The robbery division suspects a guy named Leon Perker. He's got a sheet full of armed robbery and felony drug sales. Now, the liquor store matched his M.O., but the clerk couldn't ID him. And when they picked up Leon, he didn't have the gun on him.
An armed robber and a drug dealer. Does he shoot a kid on a running track at midnight?
I doubt Leon shot Colin Morris.
So our friend Leon was to sold this gun to someone.
Who used it to kill Colin.
Let's arrest Mr. Parker, and then we roll him and find out who he sold the gun to.
Arrest him for what?
Leon Parker. Boxer, Jacoby, SFPD.
We're looking for a gun, a .38. Sell one recently?
I don't mess with weaponry. Why don't you lose Grandpa? Take a seat and 3 of us can have some fun.
Is that so?
You pretty hot for a cop, just like my girl here.
He's right, Rita. You do look good.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Yeah, I know your date. Officer Howe and I work together.
She didn't tell you that when she was buying your smack, did she?
So, Leon, we gonna take you in for a drug felony, or are you gonna tell us who you sold a gun to?
Oh, man.
Don't put your hand on that. I have my hand on mine. He has his hand on his. Come on.
All right, turn around, put your hands on the bar while
Leon Parker, you are under arrest for terminal stupidity.
I'm having trouble seeing this. A guy selling drugs, and you're getting ready to pull a gun.
I'm sorry, you probably don't want to hear about this.
No, it's incredible, really.
I'm really glad you're here. I would much rather be thinking about you than... And this place is a mess. I'm so sorry. I should...
Would you stop apologizing? What?
I just wanted this to be special.
It is.
So many
You ain't got coffee?
Actually, I flew to Colombia and back for fresh beans. These early morning flights to South America are brutal. Also, breakfast treats for the girl who loves scones. Scones. And a snack for Martha. Yeah, there you go.
She says thanks. And me too, thank you.
You sleep okay? You tossed a lot.
Yeah, I do that. You?
I nodded in and out. You okay with last night?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was great. Why?
Well, when I got here, we were having dinner. You seemed a little nervous.
I haven't felt things like this in a long time.
Me too, totally.
Really?
Yeah, I can get nervous. I don't, meet anybody, like this. And then maybe there's always, the first time being here in your apartment.
Yeah, it's been a while,
Yeah, and Martha watching.
And I just come from bringing in a suspect.
I'm sure it's one of the above. Or
all of the above, yeah.
It was so great. I hope it wasn't too soon.
It really was great. And it couldn't be too soon. How much longer could we wait? You're leaving in a week.
Hey, Leon took the deal. We drop the drugs, he goes down for the gun.
And we get a lineup?
5 young men in skull caps. And Leon's description of the young man who bought the gun sounds a lot like Jay Osborne.
You take your time, get it right.
Some sort of trick or something.
No, this is no trick, and don't try one on us.
I got a keen memory. The kid that approached me, none of these are him. No tattoo.
What tattoo?
Spiky fence on the wrist.
Take Leon back to holding.
Kate's ex-boyfriend Charlie has a tattoo on his wrist.
Pick him up.
Heads up, 50 reporters outside. Jay Osborne and his lawyer are holding a press conference in half an hour. It's all over cable news.
We just did the lineup. How'd they get the reporters here so fast?
It's a setup. Jay's lawyer invited them before the lineup. He knew his client was going to walk.
They're making him a victim. They'll say he was accused of rape and murder. Accused twice, innocent twice.
That kind of publicity, Kate Hammond doesn't win her civil suit.
Today's press conference brought to you by Barnum and Bailey.
Anybody bring popcorn?
Ladies and gentlemen, in what anyone would call a travesty of justice.
Go knock him down a peg or two.
Oh, I will bring the heated questions.
Then we'll take questions.
I'm sorry for that poor girl, Kate Hammond, and my friend Colin, who I miss every day.
He's going to miss the next 20 years of his life when we nail him for rape.
Add 5 years for drugging her.
Amen.
We sent 2 guys over to pick up the ex-boyfriend. My stomach could turn if I have to listen to this kid for 1 more minute.
Wait. When did they leave to arrest Charlie?
You raped her, you son of a bitch!
Stay out! Stay out! Jay didn't get hit.
Lindsay!
No.
Sydney!
Sydney, code 33, this is 5 Henry 12, 1025, request medical. Sydney, honey, can you hear me?
Lodged in the intestine.
Missed the abdominal aorta by what, like 10 millimeters?
Less. Talk about lucky. Aside from blood loss, she's fine. Call if you need me.
Thank you.
I lost my temper with her.
And for reasons we all can understand. Anyway, she wouldn't even be in that bed if we had the right suspect in the first place.
I hate to inform both of you that however much you want to be in control of everything, you're not.
Boxer. Okay, I'll be right there. Charlie has a lawyer. He wants to talk.
Counselor, you don't seem to understand. We're not here to discuss the shooting of Cindy Thomas. We got 50 eyewitnesses who saw him do it.
Our ballistics says the gun used today is the same gun that was used to kill Colin Morris.
My client's gonna tell you everything. Then the DA, who I assume is behind that mirror.
You're about to see this kid hang himself.
Lead him out.
All morning, I couldn't stand it. Jay was posting in a chat room. He didn't sign it, but I knew it was him. Talking about how Kate was a liar and a slut, and how she begged them for sex. When I saw on TV about the press conference,
he lost control.
Save it for the jury, Counselor.
So you lost control, Charlie.
They treated Kate like meat. Like she wasn't even human. Telling the cops it was consensual? You know, like she asked to be raped. No one defended Kate. Not the police, not the school, nobody.
So you defended her?
That's right. I shot him. He fell down and I shot him again. I put the gun to his chest. I looked in his eyes and I pulled the trigger.
You didn't have to kill him. Kate was suing. Why'd you get in the way of that?
Because this is all my fault. I should have been there that night with Kate, and none of this would have happened. So it had to be me. It had to be me.
Don't ask me why we're here. I'll tell you when I know.
Look, the kid confessed. They book him, we get a formal confession on tape, we move on. What's wrong with his confession?
I don't know. I do know. We have two shootings. One is careful, planned. The second one is so spur of the moment, he didn't even know where to point the gun. I just don't believe the same person is responsible for both shootings.
And he's covering for Kate Hammond? We walked this, Lindsay. There's no way she gets from the party to here and stays dry. If she walks, she's in heavy rain for 15 minutes. You saw those pictures. She's as dry as a good martini.
She found a way to get here and back and stay dry.
How? Was she airlifted? This might be a good time to remind you we have a confession.
What is that?
What?
Look.
At what? An underground steam pipe? There are tons of them. They're about a foot high, and they don't run half a mile between buildings. If you're thinking Kate Hammond crawled through a pipe duct, forget it.
What if it's more than a steam pipe?
Why do you want it to be her?
I don't want it to be her. I just know it is.
And how do you intend to prove it?
I can't. Yet.
My name is Charles Gifford, and I'm making this statement on my own free will. I admit that I killed Colin Morris, and I admit that I attempted to kill Jay Osborne.
What's going on?
My actions
We're recording Charlie's confession. I thought you'd want to watch.
This is about the shooting yesterday?
And Colin's murder. He's confessing to
3 or
both.
4 weeks after what they did to Kate. I was so angry. They raped her.
Why was he doing that?
The law was gonna handle it.
Because he loves you. My guess, he decided to take out Jay and take the rap in one big romantic gesture.
And what they would say to her.
Which would be impressive if he knew how to shoot a gun.
This isn't right.
I know you did it, Kate.
Then you wouldn't let Charlie go to jail, would you?
I know it was you. I just can't prove it.
I told you I was at the party that night.
Yeah, and that was a challenge. How'd you shoot Colin and manage to stay dry? I should have known better, but the 1950s, bomb shelter tunnels, that's way before my time. Even the people that we asked, they didn't even know they were there. But I found a story about them in the college archives, and as it turns out, one of those tunnels goes from the dorm basement straight to the field house.
Why don't you arrest me?
Because all I have is a theory. Charlie's confessed. They finish in there, he goes to prison. It's all over. I know something else about you, Kate. About the night you were raped. You were drugged. Colin and Jay gave you GHB.
But they tested me for that.
The GHB that they gave you didn't show up in the test, but we know that they gave it to you. So, honey, what happened that night was not because you were drunk or irresponsible. You were just unconscious.
Bastards!
Yeah, that's right. And I think anyone would understand you wanting them dead. But, hey, after all the lies that have been told, after all the lies that people have believed, don't you think that it's time that someone started telling the truth?
No one believed me. They thought I wanted this to happen.
How'd you do it that night?
I snuck out of the dorm party and went to the field and shot Colin. Charlie bought me the gun and then he took it from me afterwards. I thought it'd be enough to sue them. I really did. Then they sent me something.
What did they send you?
A Valentine. It said, "You will be in our hearts forever." I knew I had to do something.
So you shot Colin.
I sometimes forget how good you are in that room.
Good, huh? Right, I take her in there. I show her Charlie. I make her my friend. Yeah, I'm a good cop, but I sometimes wonder if I'm a good person.
Maybe this will help.
What's this?
An arrest warrant.
You're booking him on rape? It's absurd.
You've got no case.
Shut up, Jay.
No, I'm quoting the district attorney.
We had no case until we found GHB in his desk.
The rape kit. There was no GHB in her blood.
No pharmaceutical grade, but the boys made homebrew. Degrades differently, takes a better test.
Which she ran.
And since their homemade stuff has a unique chemical signature, the GHB can be traced to its source.
We can prove you doped Kate up, which corroborates her story.
We're gonna find you a nice little holding cell.
Wait, come on.
Jay, your best friend is dead, and you're going to jail. Do you know why? Because you and Colin decided that if you wanted something, you could just take it. You think about that.
I'm gonna take Mr. Osborne down to booking, get his picture taken.
You get all the fun jobs.
I lost a whole day. I don't remember any of it.
You're on painkillers. You won't remember any of this either.
Try to remember this. I owe you an apology. I was angry at myself and I took it out on you. Thanks.
I'm glad we got that settled. I have to go meet Pete.
I'm gone a whole day and you're still dating.
I know. Today, not promising tomorrow. Night.
I gotta get home and look at homework.
We're still friends. I mean, after the way I insulted you, I'm sorry. Forgiven. If we are friends, do you think you could stay until my parents get here? Sure.
I can see the light begin.
I thought we were meeting at the restaurant.
Yeah, I didn't want to wait. I've been thinking too much.
What are you thinking about?
About the fact that I'm leaving in a week and it changes everything.
Yeah, I know.
So what do you think? Should we end it now?
Might be the smart thing. Saves a lot of pain in the end for both of us. And again, nobody's ever called me smart.
Come to think of it, me neither.
And you'll always be free. Now that you're here, want you to
Do you wanna come upstairs? I have some cold pizza in the fridge.
Yeah, can Martha sleep in another room?
Yeah, I'll talk to her.